welcome to Two Jews Making Food. I'm Amy.
And I'm Rebecca.
And today we are going to pay tribute to one of my personal culinary heroes, Julia Child.
Which I think is, many people have been inspired.
Yes.
They've made movies and books, her cooking
especially
shows.
since Julie and Julia, the movie, that really took it over the edge.
But I think it's like
wearing our pearls.
It's of course the pearls.
Even Jason has some more masculine pearls on.
You're very beautiful today.
He can pull off anything,
for
let's be honest.
up.
So we're gonna have a little Julia.
And I think she was like the first original like Food Network type.
She really kicked it all off. There was you know, a cooking show on public television before her, but it was very serious.
And her show, like Two Jews, was live.
Was live, yes.
So you got to watch the mistakes that she made.
They had a lot of tricks up there, so like people hiding behind counters, like handing her stuff. And
we need to start doing
do we have that? No, we don't have that.
Should.
But
that would be priceless.
But she was on a show where she cooked for someone, and they were like, "That lady has something," and they gave her her own show, and the rest is history. Food Network, thank you, Julia. It's all because of you. So you know, everything's like rich. I wanted to do something today that I could hopefully do over the course of the whole show, which is why I have to get started.
You're doing 28-minute French cooking.
It's like 25 minutes at this point. But, you know, Boeuf Bourguignon takes too long. Can't do that. So this is Suprême de volaille aux champignons. I don't know if I pronounced it right.
Or
otherwise known as chicken breast in a mushroom sauce, mushroom cream sauce. But
That's how I'd say
it takes about this amount of time.
All right, so get
if the chicken cooks all the way through.
I'm
all
excited.
Right, so I have chicken breast, which I have rubbed with some fresh lemon juice.
And you also pounded it out a little bit.
I pounded it out a little bit because hopefully it'll cook a little faster because they're pretty thick. And this has to be done by the time we end the show, or we'll get salmonella.
Well, you know, it could be
whatever. Or salmonella.
Salmonella.
As you know, my aunt and uncle. So I've done fresh lemon juice, white pepper, which like nobody uses anymore. White pepper, that's so old school, and salt. And I've just rubbed it on, so that's on the chicken breast. I now have 5 tablespoons of butter.
See, she was really known for using butter and like cream. And some people actually criticized her for using like unhealthy ingredients in her food. Like it would be an unhealthful way to cook. But I think her response to that was, we should be able to cook food and enjoy life.
Well, she was living in France. She enjoyed the French cooking, and she went to the Cordon Bleu. She studied there. She started cooking with 2 friends and having it was Les Trois Gourmands. They taught like GI's wives how to cook, and then they created the book Mastering the Art of French Cooking, which is massive, and
it inspired so many people.
It got people to stop using like prepared foods and actually cooking.
1960 is
late
about the
50s,
time.
early 60s.
So I think like prepackaged food was just kind of making its arrival. Yeah. And people were super hot on cooking with
TV dinners.
Like that kind of thing was huge.
So she was like, let's not do that, folks.
Let's not do that.
Let's actually cook.
Cook and eat real food.
And eat fresh food, but also like a lot of fat.
Yes, so you know, a little bit of fat, otherwise known as a lot, is tasty.
It's tasty. So yeah,
what are you gonna do with all that
5 tablespoons of butter, which has it's been heating. It's a little foamy. So you want to get it foamy, and then you put in, let's see, how much? Like a table. Since it's about a tablespoon of minced shallots. I'm doing a little more because, you know, it's not going to hurt anybody to have a little bit more.
I love shallots. I think shallots are such a nice change from like a regular onion.
So you want to, you're going to saute your shallots in this butter for about like just a few minutes until they saute, but they don't brown. You don't want them to brown.
They get a little translucent.
So, and you know, this range can get super hot, so I turned it down. I'm now turning it up again.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it's bubbling a little bit. So I'm going to let these onions saute.
Inspired a lot of housewives, and I don't think people were cooking like international foods at this time. I think people cooked what they knew, or cooked what like their mom had always made.
Yeah.
So this was like a new idea of cooking from a culinary background that they didn't possess. It was like fancy cooking, but made simple enough for them to be able to actually
really challenging people to be brave in the kitchen and
do big things,
to have fun entertaining.
But she made it so that way you could take these fancy ways of cooking, but she made it so it was accessible to regular people. Not that Amy is regular by any stretch of the imagination. She's fancy.
I'm irregular. So
well, you won't be after this meal, Amy.
So this is, you do it just for, like a minute or so. You want those onions in there, and then you put in about, this is 1/4 pound of sliced fresh mushrooms. I have a mixture of a couple different kinds of mushrooms, baby bellas, and I think cremini. Yeah, so these are going to saute in the pan just for a few minutes. You do not want to brown them. Thank you, Rebecca.
I'll clean this out of your way.
Thanks, girl. So you do not want to brown these. You just want to saute them for a few minutes. I have put a lot of mushrooms in here, and there is something that Julia always said about mushrooms, which is that you don't want to crowd them in the pan. So full disclosure, I've crowded.
It's a little crowded in the pan.
But I don't care because mushrooms are delicious. They do.
And if you don't cook with enough, then it feels like you've kind of
And this is going to cook in the oven. The butter, the shallots, and the chicken are going to cook in the oven. It's funny because the recipe says for like 6 minutes.
It cooks in the oven for 6 minutes?
Yeah, that's not nearly enough. I don't know what kind of oven she was using. I mean, I am using a Le Creuset cast iron pan, so it will cook faster because of that.
Is the temperature high?
Oh, yes. So you got to preheat to 400.
Okay.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Makes a little bit of sense.
So you got these mushrooms sauteing. Do not brown them. Just let them saute for a bit. She says about a minute or two. And
now,
then
chicken and mushroom is one of like my favorite dishes. Yeah. No matter what cuisine you prepare it in.
But you know what I cannot eat, and it's like disgusting to me, is cream of mushroom soup.
What?
Ugh.
Really?
Anything with cream of mushroom soup in it is, to me, it has the most awful taste.
My God, cream of mushroom soup.
But this is not, this is like making it yourself, because we are going to add cream later, obviously.
So you're basically making like a
So I'm making like a fresh cream of mushroom soup, but with chicken. So listen, here's another thing. I don't really like to do things in advance and test things in advance. I'm crazy that way. I just want to be like, I'm going to do it for the first time on the show.
Why not?
Because why not? So I've never made this before.
Never made this?
No, like why bother? I know I'm insane.
I am the opposite of Amy. I try recipes out several times. I like to make sure, well, because I like to add things to them. Sometimes I'll make it the original way, and then I like to add my own little flavors or get suggestions. I have kind of chefy people in my life, and they like to make a lot of people in your life.
Okay, so it's gone about enough. Now it says to roll your chicken in the buttery mixture.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to just kind of do this, blum, blum, blum.
All right.
Roll it around. I'm aggressively rolling the chicken in the pan.
I get in there.
I'm throwing it in there, and then it goes in the pan. And there goes the smoke. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. Okay, so I'm doing that. One more. It said 4 chicken breasts.
Those are large.
The package had 3. We're 2 people. It's fine. My husband doesn't eat mushrooms, so he's not having this. But he's so fussy. He's so
I will happily eat your portion of this mushroom dish.
I will happily eat your portion of the mushroom soup. Then you have to put a piece of buttered parchment paper or wax paper over the chicken. So I have pre-buttered this. I think it keeps it moist.
Oh, moist.
Yes.
So we've used yeast and moist. Those are some of
yes.
Amy's
It's been a
words.
day.
A day of.
Okay, then it goes in the oven at 400 degrees.
Wait a second. So you put it in there, and now you're putting it in the oven for 6 minutes?
Yes, so it says. I think it's going to be longer. But that's why you need to use a pan that can go in the oven.
Julia, you're crazy.
Yeah. So
it's not done, though, when you take it out.
I'll watch the clock. No, well, it says after 6 minutes, press the top of the chicken with your finger. If still soft, return to the oven for a moment or 2. When the meat is springy to the touch, it's done. I'm going to give it a little more time than that because we've got the time. And, and it's cocktail time anyway.
Okay, so
you're going to make your cocktail.
Husband, Paul, Paul. He would make the cocktails while she would make like the main courses.
Yes,
so this is,
they were famous for their parties because...
This is called the butterfly kiss?
Butterfly kiss.
Is that what it is? Butterfly kiss?
I think so. Oh, no, I don't know. Butterfly's breath. Butterfly's breath.
Which is a take on a gimlet.
Yes.
So we're starting with some gin, and it's about 2 ounces of gin. So we're going to throw 2 ounces in there. This is a very fancy measuring cup. So it's 2 to 1. So if you were making, you know what, but I'm going to make 2. So let me go ahead and put 4.
And she's using gin, and we have talked about it. Neither of us are huge gin fans.
I'm not, but I am always willing to try something new in an effort to be enlightened. So now it's going to be 1 ounce per drink of the apricot brandy. Okay. And then to this, you have like Rose's lime. It's a little under 4 tablespoons of Rose's lime juice, or like a sweetened lime, and per drink, and then 1 tablespoon of water. per drink. So there's 2 in there. And then I have a half a teaspoon of sugar, again, per drink. So I'm putting in one sugar. Oh, you know what? I meant to pour it in here. That's okay. You just go, whoop.
Oh,
go sugar, go. Uh-oh.
I've got some simple syrup.
You go, and then back in it goes. There we go.
I gotta wash my hands.
Now, I have to say, I tried to make this with less sugar because I think to myself, like, why would, if it was already like sweetened lime juice, why would I add sugar to it?
And you know I like drinks sweet.
It needed it. I tried it without it, and I just thought it wasn't balanced. So, oh, and this also says to stir it. I stirred it. I didn't like it stirred.
Oh.
I like little bits of the chunks of ice.
Well, you know. Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Yeah. So I like that in my drink.
Make it your own, people.
That's right, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Make your own drinks at your own house.
I think that, you know, they drank a lot, and I think they like their drinks strong. So, like, but as we know,
I do.
I like to mask the taste of the booze.
And Amy gets a faux drink, mainly.
Rebecca tasted this ahead of time. If you watch regularly, you also know that I don't do that. Just like I don't try the dish ahead of time.
I do. I have my husband.
I like to be surprised
that I have
that
guests
my
come over to
face
my house. They taste the stuff that I'm making, and I'm adding a little bit of lime zest to the top. Is it coming?
Yeah, you gotta smack it. Give it a smack. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Oh, that's pretty.
Look how festive
pretty.
that is. Yeah, that's a little better.
So yeah, that apricot liqueur is gonna do something different with this because a gimlet is just gin and lime juice or vodka and lime juice.
Hanging on for dear life. Let me just.
We've made a gimlet on the show before. We did a vodka gimlet,
which we both liked.
Really enjoy. That might make that my summer drink.
All right. Well, Paul.
Okay. Here's
and
to
Julia
Paul
Child.
and Julia.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for the inspiration. Lots of feelings.
I don't mind it.
Honestly, I think it's nice.
You did it better this time than when you tested it?
Yeah,
I'm glad you tested it.
I think it's nice. It's light. It's bright. I think that this would make like a delicious summer. Like you're sitting outside in the garden, someone's barbecuing. You're having some hors d'oeuvres outside. Like if you had like a nice soft cheese with some crackers, like maybe some beautiful bread. I don't know. Like, and you'd be drinking this. It'd be delicious. I would live that life right now.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I don't even really get the apricot taste. Do you? Is it just sweetness?
It's in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Can I smell that?
Of course. Here.
Oh, it smells nice.
Right. That's all it is.
That's a nice drink.
It's light. It's and again, my thing with gin is that gin to me can be like too much of like a pine tree.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of gin.
And so for me, I don't want to be like eating the foliage, but I like this. I like this. I like it this way.
Eat the junipers.
It's
it's very nice. Listen, make a regular gimlet. It's so simple. Gin, lime juice.
The more I drink it, the more I like it.
Maybe a little bit of soda water.
But like I said, gin is not my go-to. Yeah. It's not like, I can't wait
Gin is not our jam. Again with the jam.
Gin is not our jam. We need to shirt that says that. Gin is not
my jam. Well, I'm going to keep drinking this, and I think since the chicken is still cooking and it's still going to need some time,
we should probably throw it to my mom.
Go to your mom in SoCal for another Yiddish lesson.
Yiddish
lesson
of the day. Mom.
Take it away, Janet.
And you're back, Bubby. Welcome back.
I am back for another Yiddish word of the day.
That's right, our Yiddish lesson. So what do you have for us today?
Today I have another happy word, and it is simcha.
And what does that mean?
Simcha is a Hebrew pronunciation, a Yiddish word that means gladness or joy, and is often a Jewish party or celebration when families come together. Oh. That is a simchas or a joyous occasion. And like on a birthday or a wedding, the rabbi will always wish that you have many simchas in the coming years.
Oh, that's a nice thing to say.
So
I think we could all use some simchas at this point.
Yes. Yes.
Some many joyous occasions. I think so many of us are deserving of some fun.
Yes. No. That's
Although
exactly
Amy and I are doing it up every week. Lots of joyous occasions for us going on over here.
No, that's good. It is, in fact. Yeah, we're going to have a joyous occasion. We're going to have Passover together, so that'll be exciting.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you, Bubby, for the word of the day.
All right, my sweetie.
I love you. Talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.
And we're back.
Thanks, Mom.
We still have a good amount of time, so I'm going to let that chicken go a little longer because the sauce at the end, it comes together pretty quickly from what I've read.
So now, do you remember the first time you tried to make a Julia Child's like recipe? Julia Child
Today. No, just kidding.
Well, she's like, I've been so inspired by her.
I just like to watch her. I don't make anything she makes. I don't know. There's so many. You know what my favorite thing actually is, and so simple, is just a basic French omelet. And it's
what constitutes a French omelet?
It's just egg.
Oh,
and
nothing else in it?
Like maybe a little bit of cream. I can't remember, but the way that you do it, butter in the pan. You like roll it so the egg is like almost like a crepe. It's rolled like a crepe, and then you put a little bit of chive on top, and that's it. It's super simple.
I need to do this at my house.
Yeah.
I have to say, I don't have a ton of experience. I mean, I know of her. I've watched her cooking shows. I have not been tremendously brave. I feel like the bravery in my cooking has been more recent. I've gone out on
you're very brave.
I try things. I'm not afraid to screw it up. But I think that's kind of the fun, and I think she encourages you to do that because she was screwing things up. I mean, not screwing them up.
Oh yeah, cutting herself.
A huge mess.
Was that
while doing the show?
That famous Saturday Night Live skit with Dan Aykroyd.
Blood
cut the chickens out of my hand. I need a tourniquet.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Yeah, so she.
But that was her. Like that was.
And I think that I feel like our show is kind of like hers because it is very fly by the seat of your pants in many ways.
Yeah, and it's live. What you
Shall
see,
I cut myself?
No. Please do. No, but what you see happening here is what's happening.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, should I have tried this chicken recipe before doing this?
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But who's got the time? I've got a full-time job. I'm a very busy lady. I've got 3 dogs and a husband.
You know.
And a mother-in-law.
You are really getting to that parsley.
Yeah, so I'm chopping some fresh parsley because that's going to be sprinkled on the top. So I'm keeping myself busy while the chicken is still in the oven.
I can smell the chicken.
Yeah, I can smell it too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it does smell good. I mean, honestly, like what we could do is if there's like we could actually like transfer it to another dish.
I want to peek. I want to like open the oven and like check on my food.
Do you?
Just 'cause I like watching it cook.
If there is like, why don't you look and see if there is a some sort of like.
What am I looking for?
It's like another like baking dish or something that I think I'll transfer the chicken because I'm flying by the seat of my pants, people. Transfer the chicken into something else and put it back in the oven, but turn the oven off and just let it kind of keep going, right?
Yeah, 1 second, I got you.
So that I can start making the sauce, so we don't run out of time because that would be bad.
You know what I'm gonna do?
So yes, this parsley is just going to go over the top as a garnish. Oh, perfect, thanks. Sorry, she's not on camera, but whatever.
That's all right. You don't need to see this. Is the
it's
magic.
her tuchus.
All right, I'm gonna just grab this out of the oven.
Yeah, it's fine. We can take it out now. If you want to put it right back here on the oven.
Hold on.
This is still hot. That's fine.
Really heavy.
It's very heavy.
I don't know how you did
Le
that.
Creuset weighs like it's a workout.
And you want me
Thanks,
to put the
Mama.
chicken back in?
Well,
Is that hot?
That is hot. Well, oh, yeah, it's not even close to being done, people. It's
No,
like
what are you
it is
talking
raw
about? 6
as
minutes?
raw is raw.
Okay, let me just
Let's
put this
keep
one
that
in.
oven on.
Yeah. We're going to.
So,
I
oh
didn't
my,
think,
it's not even close.
I didn't think 6 minutes. That cannot be
I know,
right,
it's
Amy.
crazy, right?
Julia.
Listen, it's very possible we're not going to have the chicken today.
I'm eating this, raw or
But
not.
what we're going to do, listen, we're going to do a 2 Jews digesting food, so look for that on our Instagram
Sometimes when we
and on our website.
Sometimes when we don't finish things in time, we show you photos of us doing it afterwards.
Yeah,
And that
so
might be
there's a very good chance that
the
chicken's
luxury
not
of
going to be
that
done.
today.
I should have pre-cooked it, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay.
Julia wouldn't have.
Ow, that's hot. I just touched it. Durr.
You know, you can't look out for everything.
I know. All right, so the chicken's not ready, but we're going to make the sauce. So
Let me
we've got this back on the heat.
refill my drink as Amy tries to figure
And
this out.
it says to put on high heat. I'm not going to put it on high heat on this thing because it is so hot. So you add, let's see, pour it in the stock. So it says a 1/4 cup of stock, white or brown stock. This is chicken stock. So where's the 1/4 cup?
A little more. That's
Ah!
probably it.
That's a 1/4 cup of chicken stock and a 1/4 cup of either vermouth or Madeira wine.
Now I have to say, Vermouth
This is
and
also
I,
so old school.
Vermouth and I have a very finicky
Complicated relationship.
I want to like it, I just
Yeah.
don't. And when people make martinis, like I'll go to a place and order a martini, I will expressly ask them to have it like don't even look at the bottle while making this cocktail for me.
Did you see that? So
I don't get vermouth.
When we were looking at recipes for the cocktail, did you notice that there was a reverse martini? Did you read this one?
No.
It was like
you said
it was reversed in that there was more vermouth than vodka. It was like 3 parts vermouth to 1 part vodka. I was like, that is disgusting. I hope that died in the 50s because I can't. That's so wrong.
It died in the 50s. You know what? I left it there. I left it there to die. It's not my drink of choice.
She's like, I wasn't there, but I left it there to die.
It wasn't a flavor I grew up with. It wasn't I don't know who grows up with vermouth as a flavor, but it wasn't like my go-to. Like my grandfather didn't drink it. Like it was not a flavor that I.
My mom puts a little splasheroonie in her martini.
I don't even want people to think about vermouth when making my martini.
Don't even think about it. Don't get that vermouth away from me.
I'm like, I want a dirty martini, and some people will wrongly put vermouth in it, and I have to expressly ask them not to do that. Because it's not right.
I don't like it either. It's going to cook down in here, so we're good, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it.
I would have, if I had Madeira wine,
fennel.
I would have done
Has
that.
anyone, I don't know if you're
fennel.
Okay, so raw fennel in a salad, lightly shaved, I don't mind. I like it, a little crunchy. But if you roast fennel, it's delicious, and it definitely does not have the same flavor. Yeah, it just tastes like a root vegetable. It's almost like a celery, slightly more like flavorful than a celery, but it's delicious cooked. I love it cooked, and I don't love it raw.
In there. Put a little more stock in, because why not?
Because
you know why? Because I had more mushrooms. So bing bang boom. Listen, when you cook, you don't have to be exact. Except with chicken, you do need to make sure that's cooked through. Because obvious reasons.
You don't want that to be pink in the middle.
No.
Well, I can't wait to eat the sauce.
I know, me too. Listen, if we're lucky, the chicken will be ready. I might plate it just to show you how it's going to look, and we won't eat it because we might die. We might die.
No. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. All right, so I'm looking at the instructions because, again, I haven't made it before. But so we're going to let this kind of cook down until the liquid is syrupy. So I'm waiting for this to get syrupy. I'm actually going to turn up the heat a little bit on this crazy thing.
Okay, it's going.
So we're going to cook it down until it gets syrupy. And once it's syrupy, then we add in a cup of heavy cream, because why not?
No, honestly, she was known for butter and cream. And Americans were slightly horrified by this.
Yeah.
Which I think it still happens in America today. People are so obsessed with fat content and like unhealthy eating. However, French they're thin. Like they're very thin. They drink wine and they eat cheese. I mean, I'm making grand.
Except for the family of 4 that was on my teeny tiny plane going to a small camp in Tanzania for safari. We were the biggest people in all of Africa, me and the French family. And amazingly, the plane didn't crash.
No. Oh, God, Amy.
My mom loves the story.
It's a terrible story.
I think it's hilarious.
I love that you and your mom like it. I hate it.
Because it was a very funny and yet also terrifying moment.
But they are known for being rich, but you eat a smaller portion, which, to be perfectly honest, I can subscribe to that.
Me too.
Just don't put mayonnaise in it, please.
I know you don't like mayonnaise.
I
love mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise.
I love it.
I don't know how to express how much I dislike it, even though I like all the things that make mayonnaise. I just don't like them together in mayonnaise. It's just personal.
So this is coming along nicely. It smells really good.
So good. The chicken's going to be ready. I'm excited.
Here, I'm putting some of that over your way to smell it.
Yes.
Because we're running low on time, I'm probably going to have to put the cream in a little sooner, but it's supposed to get a little syrupy. I mean, it's...
Oh my God, Amy, that smells amazing.
It does smell.
How do you not love the smell of like roasting
delicious.
butter?
It smells so delicious. All right. So this is on high heat. And you want it to cook down until it gets a little syrupy. And then you're going to add a cup. Yeah, it is. And then you're going to add a cup of heavy cream. Because why not?
Who doesn't love it? I think it's really interesting that you don't like cream of mushroom soup. And you like
I feel like if it were done fresh, like this, I would like it. I don't like the canned cream of mushroom soup. I think that's fair, don't you?
Sure. Although I survived on cream of mushroom soup in a can all through college.
And yet you look the way you do.
And frozen green beans. Frozen green beans.
Oh, well, you offset it with the green beans. Yeah, like, you know what? I don't like those, like that, like green bean casserole because it's got cream of mushroom soup in it. Ugh.
Okay.
I hate it.
So a side note, my husband's family they're chefy. My family is not. They really subscribe to that like TV dinner in the 60s kind of vibe, especially my mother. And when I decided to make something for Thanksgiving for my husband, I was at my soon-to-be husband's house for Thanksgiving, I made a green bean casserole. And I think his family was horrified at the fact that I had made this like from canned soup. And the only person who loved it was his uncle, Uncle Keith.
Uncle Keith.
I think he and I ate the whole thing, and we loved it.
Really?
It was delicious. And I think they're still horrified that I bring it. And I don't care. I would make it again. They loved me anyway.
And she has. This smells really good.
Oh my gosh, that smells amazing. I'm so happy about everything that's going on. I can't wait to eat cream of mushroom soup on a plate.
And get salmonella.
No, that's hot enough. We'll be all right.
I need to taste it. Do you want to check on the chicken?
I'm going to look on the chicken.
Thanks. Okay, you always have to taste. It's very important.
To the fork?
Because it suggests, and it doesn't add a little bit of fresh lime juice to brighten it up. Oops. I need another spoon because I didn't hold my hand over it and some little seedies got in there. And they're gone, so just don't eat those.
What? Amy, I'm
Beware
terrified.
of the seeds. What? You think it's done?
The smaller pieces maybe.
Well, maybe bring out just the small one and we'll do that one.
Okay.
So I put in a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to clean my spoon off and try it again.
Can I put the smaller one in the...
Just put it right on the plate over here.
Just don't burn yourself. Be very
Okay. I'll try it again.
I'll put it on the nice
A little more lemon juice. Taste it. Taste it. Do a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Ooh. Running out of time.
That's right.
Okay. I'm turning the heat off.
I like the fact that we put Julia to the test here.
I want to cut it. Let's just cut into that and make sure it's cooked.
Sure. Do you have a knife?
Yeah. Where's your fork?
And a fork?
Where's your fork go? I had a fork.
I wasn't sure if it was... We're good to go.
Is it
You
good?
want me to cut this up?
Is it good?
Yes.
Yeah, cut it up, sure. All right, so guess what, guys?
You made it.
We made it. It looks really delicious.
See?
Rebecca's cutting it up, and I'm going to put the sauce on. We're going to put a little...
I can't wait.
I can't wait. Boo, 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 boo.
I
Almost
don't
done
want to
there?
wait for my chicken to be cooked through. Okay.
Should be gone when I eat with some salmonella. All right.
I die from this chicken.
Bring that plate over here, and I'm going to
here
put
we
the
go.
sauce on. Just, again, watch out for the lemon seeds that I've...
You need a bigger spoon.
It's the best I got, girl. Whoa.
Here, I'm looking for a bigger spoon.
Okay.
Oh, well, this could melt, but it's plastic, but you could use it. It
Well,
might be
I'm almost there.
good. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm there for you, girl. I'm there for you.
This is going to be good. Look, it's actually really pretty because I'm making the sauce, except
Oh, I can't wait for this green to be on top.
I want to clean this
I
off.
clean the plate.
Got to clean the plate. Oh, pretty. This is a good plate we chose. Okay, little thing of, look at that.
That's
We did it.
beautiful. How springy. That's perfect.
Here it
for
is.
spring.
This is, what is this called again? Suprême
Amy.
de volaille,
It's
de
chicken
volaille
in
au
mushroom
champignon.
With cream sauce.
Chicken breast in a mushroom cream sauce. We're going to quickly try it.
Do it.
Well, we're going to get out of here because we have to try it.
We're going to make Amy try it first.
I'm going to try it first. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing though.
It's really good.
Delicious? Yeah.
Here, clean the fork off for you. It's really good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, go for it. And as Rebecca eats
know
that,
We're two Jews making
we're
food.
two Jews making food, two Jews going over time. But how is it? I think if this needed a little more time to cook down, you know, but it's really tasty. That lemon in there at the end does the trick. All right, so you like it?
That's fabulous.
Thank you.
I can't wait to eat this.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining
you.
us on
Thank
Two
you.
Jews Making
Thank you.
Food. I am Amy.
And I'm Rebecca.
And join us next time
for more
schmaltz and shtick.
Cheers.
L'chaim. To you, Julia. Bon appetit.